Okay, so we're recording. So today, like I said, we're going to focus on expanding and how to expand your network using social media, mainly Facebook and Instagram. Most of these videos are going to focus mostly on Facebook just because it's easy to do that from the computer. Instagram isn't as easy to access from the computer, and because I feel like the most comfortable on Facebook and it's where I grow my business like 99%, but mostly every single tip that I share here about Facebook also applies with Instagram. So you can just use the same tips to add friends there or any of the videos or the Zooms that we talk about this stuff on. All right, so first of all, we're just going to go over like the why and the importance of expanding your network and what that means. We're in a network marketing business. So the first word in that is networking. We have to network out to people. And one of the easiest ways that we can do that nowadays is using social media. We can network to anybody in the world using social media, which is so awesome. I mean, you think about when this company first started 17 years ago, and it wasn't until maybe the past 5, maybe 6 years that social media started to become something that people used with It Works. And it really has just catapulted our business and allowed us to grow so much faster for that reason of networking. Because before, when there was no social media to use and people didn't use social media to grow their business and just didn't really know how, you had to be like in, either blitzing, meeting people in person, word of mouth from somebody, having parties with the people you know. And now we have our hands available, right at our fingertips, this tool that we can just use to talk to anybody, which I love. And the best thing is that we're a global company. I hear a lot of people when they first want to, become interested, like they're a potential distributor of mine, and they say, well, I don't think my friends and family are going to be interested in this product. And I always like to tell them, for one, never prejudge, but for two, like I just said, we have our hands on this tool that we can just network out to anybody. Who cares if your immediate friends and family aren't interested? There are, tons and like millions of people in this world that want these products, and we just, we can easily access them through Facebook or through Instagram or through any form of social media. But I think those are like the most popular and easiest to use for that. The other reason too, so when you start, like you're going to obviously have, some kind of friends list already when you start. Usually people that you know in real life somehow, some way, whether they're your close friends, your family, extended family, people you've worked with, people you went to school with, all of that stuff. And that's awesome. That's like your warm market, your hot market, those people that you can start with initially talking to, reaching out to, probably the people that are kind of come to you first when they start seeing your posts or you have a launch party. Those are the people that you can, invite to that. Not all of those people, like I said, are going to come at you and order this product right away. Some people will never order the product from you right away that were, on that initial friends list. Some people will order from you right away, but some it's going to take a little bit of time and a little bit longer, and that's totally fine. But we never want to be just continually fishing from the same pond over and over and over again. So that's why you have to expand out and always have a new audience coming, and seeing your posts, interacting with you, building relationships with you all of the time. So you want to start doing this task of networking immediately. Don't just focus so much on that hot and warm market right away that you're forgetting to expand right now. Because when that hot and warm market starts to run out, you want to have already been, working with, building relationships and friendships with those people that you're adding today. Like I said, make this a daily task so you never run out of people that you're able to talk to and able to, either bring in as a customer and help them change their health and, wellness some way in that, or help them start a business with us and bring in some extra income for their family. Okay, so I'm going to, again, like I said, I'm going to have some screen share thing going on. Let me just figure out how to do that. I forget how to do this every time. Here we go. Okay, so let's go over here. Okay, so one of the things that you want to think about when adding people is to just be smart with it. So you want to like target a specific audience that relates to you in some way. So for me, like that was most likely going to be like other young professionals or other moms, maybe like college students and stuff like that. But for the most part, just other moms, other single moms, because that's what my story is. And that's the type of people that I'm going to relate to the most. And they're going to relate to me most. We're going to build a connection over that somehow. And, just talk about our cute kids or whatever. Like I said, we just have that immediate connection of being moms. So say you're somebody who's like a dog mom, you can connect with people over dogs. Say you're a student, connect with other students. Say, I don't even know, say you're into like rock collecting and you're posting about rock collecting all the time. Like, add people from that. Or say you're into like, I don't even know like things that people are into, honestly, because like my world is basically like consumed by being a mom all the time. But think about like your interests and your like things that you're really passionate about. And those are the type of people that you want to be connecting with. And that's your target audience right there. Because with our company and with the products that we have, we don't have, a specific age demographic or specific gender that these products are only for. These products are for everybody, any age basically. So you don't have to be like, okay, well, like they're definitely like the things I'm interested about, people aren't going to want these products. Like, no, they're going to connect with you first, and your excitement and your passion about this is going to, connect with them, right away, and be kind of the reason why they end up purchasing your product, because they see you loving it and they know that they're just like you. So that's like your immediate connection that you want to make with people. So one of the ways that I add people, and I think that this will, is really a great way for everybody to add people, is through the Facebook ads. So like as you're scrolling through Facebook, a lot of times you'll see these like ads right here. So for me, like I said, I'm always posting that I'm a mom, like I have kids. And so Facebook knows that. And so it's always showing me ads to do with things to do with moms, like kids clothes, or right now I have like a play school ad right here about Elmo. Other just like random things that have to do with kids. Like sometimes it'll be like baby diapers, or it'll be, I don't even know, like just like stuff to do with that, like a Carter's clothes ad or something. And there'll always be like tons of like likes and comments. And like, that's like one of the main ways I add people is, so I just click on the likes right there. And then like, I will scroll through and just like anybody basically, I don't even know how this came up, but, I think like, I don't know why that happened. I'm not used to doing it on a computer. I do it from my phone. So I don't know if it's slightly different on here, but like anybody that like looks like they would be in my target audience, like those are the people I'm adding. So I just will like go through and so sometimes like this will come up. It'll ask, if you know this person, and you can like either just like confirm it, or you can just hit cancel. I usually just confirm it. And the other thing is too, like Facebook has a friend request sent limit. So sometimes that will come up as well. And that just means that you have to go back and clear out your pending friend requests that you have sent out. And the limit, I think it's 1,000. So again, like I'll just go through and like on my phone when I'm doing it, I can just like add. It is so easy and so quick to do this. And I'm just connecting with all these other moms. Like for example, like Rachel is like super into horses. And so she probably has like a lot of ads to do on her feed to do with horses, because she's posting about horses all the time. Just different stuff like that. Hi, Rachel. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, so yeah, so like those are the types of places that, and ways to connect with your target audience. Like Facebook has already done that for you by sharing you with that ad. Like they already know that like you must be interested in this for some reason to be showing it to you. So Facebook like has already done that work for you of finding your target audience, and you can just add people from it. And this, I think too, is a great way to expand like out. So you're not just adding people from your direct area. It's like a way that you can expand like out to other states and things like that, and build connections with people that way and expand your business outside by doing that. So one of the things that I wanted to go over too when doing this is like, I have, sometimes I have people like push back, that are, just distributors and things that will say, well, I kind of feel weird about adding other people. Like, I don't know these people, they're strangers. Just be smart about it. Obviously I understand that. I'm a mom of 2 kids. I understand like you don't want to be adding like creeps on the internet. So just be smart about it. Like I said, for me, like that's adding people in my target audience. I'm adding other moms. If I have some weird vibe about them when we become friends on our friend list, I'm going to delete them. I keep, most of my stuff on my page private and only my friends can see. And you just, you can tell like if somebody kind of has a weird vibe to them, wants to become friends with them, just delete them. But for, when you're adding those people like other moms, I'm making friends with them. And I love building connections and making friends with other people. I build connections over our kids. We talk about things that our kids are, have similarities in. I remember when my son had a speech delay, I had tons of moms on my feed who also had kids with speech delays right around the same age as my son. And none of us knew each other in real life, but we all had that connection. And now we're super close. And I've never met any of these people in real life. Like some of these people that you meet, by doing this are going to become like some of your closest friends sometimes. And some of them aren't even anything to do with my business, but it works. Like they just support me. They like my posts, they comment on my posts, they like love on me, they love on my kids, but like, are they a customer? Some of them. Are they distributors? None of them. But I have, like I said, so you're gaining 2 things out of it. Like you're gaining maybe a potential customer or distributor to grow your business when you're doing this, but you're also going to make some really awesome friends along the way. So just don't feel weird about it. Just, get over that like thought that like, that just like whatever those fears are that are kind of holding you back, like just be smart about it is like the best advice that I can give. And be smart about what you post too. So like, I get that completely as well. Like you just never know like who's out there on the internet, but I'm super smart about like what I'm posting and what like, about like where I am, what my kids are doing and stuff like that. So like, for example, like when you go to my page, I'm going to talk about this in a minute too. But like I have, some of these posts on public, but like we weren't at Friendship Park today. Like, so nobody can like know, oh, Hannah's at the Friendship Park today. Let's go to Friendship Park and see what Hannah's up to. No, like I'm just, like I said, I'm smart about it. I'm never posting like exactly where we are when I'm taking the photo. And yeah, like Rachel just said, like I'm never like accepting like random like requests from other men or males and things like that because they're not my target audience. Like if males are your target audience or you're a guy, definitely go for it. But like for me, that's just not my thing. And it would just might kind of make me uneasy. So I'm just not going to accept those types of people. Okay, let me see what else I have here. Okay, so another way that I add people to is events. I love doing this because it allows me to build a network locally, which is kind of my goal at right now. Just because I know up here in like the Massachusetts area, we don't have, a ton of other It Works distributors. There's no other ambassador in the entire New England area. So like, I know that we have that wide open market. So I'm like building locally, but I'm also using social media to do so. And, I think like from my experience, this might not be the same for everybody, but I always get like the people accepting my friend request goes up when I'm adding more local people. And I do that through just going to the events. So like you can click on the events tab in Facebook and then it suggests all these cool events to you. And I just pick ones that like are gonna, again, have my target audience going to them. For example, like when it was fall, they had tons of like fall kid festivals going on. Right now, like they're probably gonna have tons of holiday events going on. So just find stuff that like, again, relates to your target audience that you wanna be adding. So, I don't even know what this is. Family Day. Like this is from the Chelmsford Library. So Chelmsford's a town I live in. I can probably see like who's interested, probably other moms that live in my town. And so again, I can go through and add these people and make, those friendships with these people right away. And just go through the list doing that. So that's just another way that you can add people. Another way that you can add people too is using groups. I personally don't do this. I've never had like huge success with adding from groups, but that's just another thing that you can do. It's like, say again, like say you're into horses and you are in a horse group, you can make friends that way and like add people from the group. But it's kind of the same thing as doing the thing with the ads. Like I would just like, they've already done that work for you of like figured out what you're posting about and what you're interested in. So you don't have to like go the extra mile and like find 25 horse groups to add people from. Like Facebook has already done the hard part for you, really. But you can like if you're really passionate and active and involved in certain groups, like I think I was talking to Brittany McCrory the other day, and she was saying that she added herself to a few groups from her new town that she just moved to about like other moms and stuff. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you told me that you added yourself to a group with like other moms and stuff from your current town, like mom groups and stuff. And she was able to build connections with people that way, again, and like building locally, but using social media to network and do so. Another thing that you can do too is like add friends and family. Like when I first started, I added like all of my mom's friends because why not? Like it's already like we already have like that mutual friend like right away that person is probably going to accept my friend request so much quicker. And again, we don't have like a specific age demographic that these products like target to. So I just went and I added like all my mom's friends because it's more people that I can get, myself in front of. And yeah, like Rachel just said, like Paige and her met in a breastfeeding group. So like just things like that is like super, cool to do. So if you're passionate about breastfeeding, maybe you're passionate about home birth, maybe you're passionate, like maybe you collect unicorns and like you're going to be posting about unicorns all the day. Like I'm sure all the time. I'm sure they have groups about that. So just find those things that you're passionate about. Let me look at what else I have here.
I'm gonna take the mic for a second.
Go ahead, girl.
Let me grab the mic. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have the plague. Anyway, one thing I want to say, when you guys are going into groups and you're adding people and you're making friends, make sure that when you're going into groups, you're actually making friends with people and not just like adding them like crazy. Because, one of the mistakes, that I made in my business was I just went into all these groups and I was super excited, but I started adding a lot of people. And, then I started getting a lot of those messages like, do I know you? Are you trying to sell me something? And I'd be like, no. No, Facebook suggested you as a friend. So I really try to like, when I'm in the groups, like I try to make my presence in the groups like I'm just another group member. And if I had a conversation with someone on a post, then I would add them as a friend because now we've made that connection. So I can't stress it enough that you make the connection before you add them. And definitely, don't start messaging them until they've had a chance to kind of see what you're all about. I mean, you can, pretty much like if you go to my page and you look at my posts, like it's pretty clear what I'm all about. But I give people, 2 weeks or so to kind of establish what I'm about, because if they decide like they don't want to follow me, they don't want to be friends with me, that's fine, and they'll unfriend me. But after a while, it's just really important that you're making that connection with people on a personal level, that they know that you are a person, not just, an It Works rep, that you're a person. Like for me, I'm a person. I like, crunchy mama things, and I like breastfeeding, and I love my daughter, I love horses, and I love, the ocean. So I want people to learn that about me. I'm a nurse practitioner. I want people to learn that about me before they learn, by the way, she's a triple diamond with, It Works Global. So yeah, that was my little tip.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah. So that's kind of like what I would wanted to just go over next is like what to do to kind of get more people now. So like now that you know ways to like expand, like how you're going to be able to expand your network, who is your target audience, how are you going to find them, how are you going to add them, and all those things. But like now, how to up your I don't even know like the word for like chances of them accepting your friend request. So it's like great if, you know, you're sending out all these requests all the time, but ultimately you want them to accept your friend request. For part of it, that's going to be a numbers game. But the other part is like, again, you can up the chances by doing a few different things. So when you, this is all about how your profile looks. Like this goes back to every single training that we have talked about and all, you know, this like kind of this whole like Zoom segments that we've been doing is how does your profile look right away to your viewer. So just like Rachel was saying, you want to look like a normal person. I don't want to have a photo of like me here on like the It Works stage or something, or me holding up like my It Works keto coffee, just anything like that. Because again, I don't like sometimes there's such a bad stigma out there about direct sales or MLM, network marketing, or It Works in general. And I just don't want to turn people off before they even get a chance to know me. I want to lead with me, show people that I'm a real person. I'm just a normal mom, show people the things I'm passionate about, and then show them what the business has done for me. Show them what the products have done for me and my family and my followers and my friends. People are going to connect with you first more than anything. So like, that's why I want people to just think I'm a normal person right off of the bat. And so I just have my page looking really, you know, like I said, like normal, but also it looks like it stands out. Like it, you know, I have a photo here that's clear. I don't have a photo that is just a dark photo. The cover photo is just a really cute photo of my kids. So like, make sure that you're being like conscious too of like the photos you're choosing for those profile images and for that cover photo, because those are the first things that people are going to see when they initially want to go and accept your friend request. You don't want to be using like, you know, probably not a photo of you with a Snapchat filter or something with like dog ears or anything like that. Like, sure, if you want to post those in your feed sometimes because like that's, you know, your personality and you want to connect with people that way, it's fine, but probably not like the best idea to use for a profile picture. And again, just be conscious of what you're using as your cover photos. So everything here describes my brand. I have just a normal photo of my face and then my 2 kids as my cover photo right now. I change this around all the time just to play around with things. And then same thing with your bio. So like, is your bio, does it scream an It Works distributor, or does it just look like you're another normal mom or another normal student or another normal young professional, or, you know, whatever, you know, you're passionate about on the internet? Instead of being like, you know, in my bio, I don't scream like, you know, presidential diamond with It Works Global, and then like 4 diamonds after it, you know, 17K a month, ask me how, you know, anything like that isn't going to be in my bio. And same with the things that I choose for people to see right here, in that, you know, whatever about me section, I guess. So my bio, again, it's going to be the things that connect with the people that I'm adding. Single mama, fueled by caffeine and snuggles, spontaneous traveler, chasing dreams and catching them. Make sure that you just have things in there that are going to automatically be like, oh, okay, like I connect with her already. I'm going to accept her friend request. She's got like 2 boys just like me. She's a boy mom, whatever. She lives in Chelmsford just like me. She's from London just like me. Like whatever it is that we're connecting over, you know, I want them to see that first. And then that's what I do with my posts too. And I think that this is super important is I don't like, so there, you know, a lot of people have 2 different minds on this, is either keep everything public or like for me, I don't like to do that. So I like to personally keep my It Works posts all private. The only posts that I make public are photos, for one, that I'm comfortable with making public. So like if you don't feel comfortable making certain photos of your kids public, you don't have to. I just personally feel comfortable doing it. So that's fine with me. But I have like these posts that just make me, again, look like a normal mom and are going to attract people to want to add me right away on public. And then things that are directly about It Works and this business, I do have on private because, again, I don't want to lead with the business. I want to make connection first with people. And I think that this really just ups my chances of people automatically accepting my friend request. So like right here, again, like this is going to be on public. So anything public is what people that have sent friend requests are going to see, because most people are going to go to my page and be like, okay, who's this random girl that just added me? And they're going to scroll and they're only going to see the posts that are on public for them. And be like, oh, okay, well, like she's cool. She's just a mom. She's just posting. But yeah, and then they get to know me. Okay, well, she is just a mom. They already know that about me, but wow, like she's actually rocking this like It Works business, but she's just normal. So that's kind of what I want people to think and the impression that I want people to have and why I do that. And just like the same reason Rachel was saying, like she leads with who she is and she connects with people who she is right away. So she's a nurse practitioner. She likes horses. She has a daughter. She likes the ocean. Things like that is the things that she's connecting with people with right off of the bat. So I just talked about that. Okay, so now that you do have people starting to accept your requests, like Rachel said, some people aren't going to accept your friend request no matter what, and that's fine. I don't even realize. That's another thing that like I talked to our leaders before I started this, just to ask for tips that they do. I don't know what's going on in this video. Just to like kind of ask for tips of what they do. Or just to share on here with you guys tonight. And what Jen said, and which I completely agree with too, is add so many new friends that you don't even know or care who is accepting you and who isn't. Like I have, some distributors coming to me sometimes and saying things like, well, nobody's accepting my friend request, or only 5 people accepting my friend request. And like, that's just a thought that never, ever comes into my mind because again, I'm just a forward person. Like I'm always looking forward. I'm always looking at what is happening, not what's not. I don't care if people aren't accepting my friend requests because I'm sending out so many all the time. My suggestion would be to add 100 people a day and just break this up throughout the day. Just do like 25, 4 times a day. How easy is that? Or if you just want to do 100 all at once, probably it's going to take you 5 to 10 minutes max when you're using these tools. So easy to just go down the list and say add, and you're making awesome friends and building awesome connections with people. And you never know whose life you're going to change when you're doing that. 99% of you guys on this team, we don't know each other. We didn't know each other before you joined. We didn't know each other in person before this. We met through social media. And now, you're working this and we're changing our lives together. And I think that's so cool. Like I didn't know who my enroller was, but I'm like so thankful for social media. So you never know whose life you're going to change. And when I'm adding people, literally every single time I click the add friend button in my head, this is a tip I learned from Jocelyn Yates. And she said every single time you're about to click that add friend button, think in your head, this is my next runner. This is my next runner. This is my next runner. Or like, I'm going to change this girl's life. I'm going to help her change her life. Whatever it is that you want to say, do that affirmation when you click that friend request. And I'm telling you, it helps so much. And it's just like one of the easiest things that you can do on your friend, on our daily 6 list. Like don't skip this. I think it's like just the easiest part of our business is doing this. And it's so much fun. And so when you do get those messages from people, you will get messages from people that are like, hey, how do I know you? Or do I know you? You look familiar. Where are you from? It's like, just gauge it how you want. Like you can say whatever you want to. So you can answer them and just be like, oh no, look, I was just looking to make new friends or anything like that. For me personally, half the time, like I am just so focused, again, forward. I'm focused on what is happening and not what's not. Like those messages, I'm usually just not even opening or, because I'm just, continually going forward. You can maybe start building relationships with people right off of the bat from those, but I'm already building so many relationships and I have so many conversations that I'm having daily anyways, that they just don't even affect me. And again, I'm just looking forward and continuing to, move and groove in my business. So when you add these people to, and when they do accept your friend request, your job is do not go out and start messaging them about the business or the products right away, ever. Like I probably wait at least 3 months before I'm talking to new friends that I have just added about either the business or the product. Sometimes it might have to be sooner, especially if you just started. But again, this is why at the very beginning of this video, in this training, I said start immediately, start expanding the day that you start your business, because right now you can work with those people in your hot and warm market. So you want to start adding those people now. So when that hot and warm market does start to become a little bit drier and you're not getting a lot from it, then you can start reaching out and talking and messaging and doing whatever. And they will probably start coming to you as well when you have built that relationship for at least, I would say 2 to 4 months maybe is the time that I wait to reach out to somebody. It just depends on how much we've engaged and connected. And in that time span, I'm still talking to the people who I added, however, 3 months ago. So the people I'm messaging today are people I messaged 3 months ago, or added 3 months ago. The people I message tomorrow are the people that, I added, however long ago. So it all works together in that way. I think somebody's mic came on for a second. Where was I? Can I hear myself echoing? Oh yeah, in the meantime, make sure that you're just building friendships with them and engaging with them. So that's just another step on our daily 6 list is, lead with the relationship. Make sure you're engaging with them. Make sure, you're liking and commenting on their posts and photos. They'll probably start to build some kind of connection or relationship with you when you are posting correctly and doing the daily 4 posts a day. So one of the things too that I wanted to say what never to do is I don't even know if I can find it from here on this, on the computer, but sometimes there's like a suggested, so this is from request. So people you may know is what they call it. I never use this section of people you may know. And comes up on the phone too, but it's usually like across the thing like this with their profile photo. I'm never using the people you may know section to add new people, because usually they're people who are already in ItWorks, because say you put your workplace that you work at ItWorks Global, Facebook automatically wants to connect you with other people who do that. Or you're in tons of say you're in a few other groups that have to do with ItWorks trainings and stuff. That's how the people you may know section kind of works right there. And also I find that it has just a lot of weirdos kind of in there sometimes. People with a lot of mutual friends with you, which is something else that you don't want to do, is add people with a ton of mutual friends. It also has I think a lot of other direct sales reps in there from just other companies who, again, you don't need to be friends with. They're already rocking their thing, and you want people on your feed that aren't already kind of working with another company or and whatnot. Sometimes I keep a few people from other companies on my feed because I buy their products, they buy mine, stuff like that. But it's just not, again, it's not my target audience, so it's not usually who I want to be adding. But that's a huge thing that I did want to talk about too, of what not to do, is do not add people that have, I would say, more than 5 mutual friends with you. I only send friend requests to people who I probably have 0 to 2 mutual friends with. Sometimes I would go up to 5, but anything above that, I'm just not. I want to expand out. I want to make friends with new people. I don't want to, stick in this tiny group of friends where they might already be friends with tons of other ItWorks distributors in the area. And the other thing is too, if you're adding somebody with 200 plus mutual friends, chances are they're friends with some of the people on our team already, and you just don't, you don't need to be friends with somebody who's already friends with 6 other ItWorks distributors on our team, because you don't want to be causing conflict and taking other people's potentials and things like that. We just want to keep it civil. You want to be going out and finding your own potentials. They want to be going out and finding their own. So that's basically all I have about adding friends and networking. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Let me turn off this share. How do I stop share? Okay, yeah, so I was just looking in the chat to see if there's any other questions. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to ask, and I can post some notes, or if anybody else took notes on doing this on the team page, feel free. But that's basically what I do in terms of building relationships, networking out, and stuff like that. Yeah, adding from ads for sure. Does anybody else, Rachel, Jen, anybody on here? I don't even know if Jennifer is on here. I know she's pushing for triple this month and working super hard. Oh, she is on here. Okay. All right, but yeah, Rachel, do you want to add anything?
No, I'm good. That was awesome.
Does anybody else want to say anything? No? Okay. All right, so it looks like we're good. Like I said, any questions after this, feel free. This was recorded so we can use it as a training. for future distributors that join us or anybody that missed it tonight. And I think this was awesome, super helpful. Yeah, have a good night, everybody. Bye.